Welcome to my video essay. None of you asked for this, no one even thought of this, but me being the English fanatic that I am, I decided to do a video essay/analysis on Cherry's impact on the events in Prison Break. For those of you who don't know, this is Cherry, he is a youth. Wait, why did I use the word youth? I'm not bloody 70 years old, I can keep up with the modern slang/vocab. He was one of T-Bag's pets, slaves or whatever you wanna call them. He was the replacement of the guy that was stabbed near Michael. Good riddance I say. Cherry was absolutely terrified of T-Bag and was so desperate for help that he approached Michael. Confession time. I couldn't watch this scene because I felt so upset that I skipped it, or maybe I just do not remember it. But I think that I skipped it and missed the iconic Schmexy Schofield. Michael refuses to help him and Cherry kills himself by hanging himself. Michael walks in just in time to see it and it really traumatizes him. This is pretty much all that we see of Cherry on the show, but that doesn't explain his major impact on the series, as his death fueled a collapse of dominoes, and here is my explanation of it. Oh my god, I have never ever written an introduction in an essay as long as this. Cherry's death had a direct impact on Michael, as Michael is the brains behind everything ever done in Prison Break. This has a drastic effect. The show's premise is that Michael wants to break Link out of prison from a crime he did not commit. But is Link really innocent? That's a question that I will answer in a different video, and that's it. But this does not go quite according to plan and some people die of it as a result. For example, the prison guard who was killed by T-Bag after he found out about the escape. Haywire. Every single person that T-Bag killed when he got out of prison etc. all have influenced Michael's conscience. In season 2, when the brothers reach Panama after Sara is arrested, they have an argument. Link says that Michael should have let him die in Fox River and Michael gets very upset, understandably, and I don't remember the specifics of it, but Michael mentions how he feels extremely responsible for every death. He talks about how they both are responsible for every death that T-Bag has committed after he escaped Fox River. Michael does not get over this guilt. In fact, in the middle of his surgery in season 4, he talks to Westmoreland about his guilt in the deaths of the people who dies as a direct result of his actions. Okay, I did not watch the episode as I was watching the show on an illegal website and this specific episode was not uploaded there, so I do not know the specifics of it, but I have seen videos and gifs showing what happened in it. Michael confesses to Westmoreland that he feels like a murderer because he wanted to save Link's life. Now this has obvious impacts on Michael. When people feel guilt as extreme as this, it impacts what they do in life. In Michael's case, he did everything he could to help young people avoid of Cherry's death. Let's talk about Luis Gallego, aka Mcgrady. He was a 17-year-old inmate in Sona who helped Michael with his various shenanigans and was eventually allowed to be part of the team that escapes. At first Michael was against this, expressing that he did not want Mcgrady to have to spend the rest of his life on the run, but eventually warms up to it and in return, Mcgrady's father helps them escape. Now this is what I have read in the wiki article and, not gonna lie, I forgot that Michael was against this. I remember that Michael all of a sudden out of the blue got Mcgrady on the team, but now that I actually think about it, I do remember Michael being dismissive of Mcgrady. But this shows that Michael just wanted the best for Mcgrady. Mcgrady's life in Sona wasn't awful. He was on good terms with everyone and avoided arguments, but in the end Michael realizes that he needs the help of Mcgrady's father and enlists his help. Now Michael being Michael could have probably found a way to not use the assistance of Mcgrady's father, but this way he could also break out Mcgrady and not force him to let him live the rest of his life in a garbage like Sona. Michael definitely remembered what happened to young inmates at Fox River, such as Cherry, and wanted Mcgrady to not ever want to go through the horrors of that, since there was no guarantee that T-Bag would not start to abuse Mcgrady like he did to other young inmates in Fox River, as soon as Michael would be gone. If Michael had not enlisted the help of Mcgrady's father, then the whole group who escaped Sona would have been caught as Suka got held up and could not rescue them. If Mcgrady's father had not saved them, then there would be a completely different storyline, and this means that Cherry's death saved not just Tweener in Fox River, to which I'll get in a sec, but also Mcgrady, Whistler, Mahone and of course, Michael. But I haven't yet mentioned the biggest impact of Cherry's death, which is its effect on Tweener LMAO. I'm sorry that it took so long, but I had to save the best point for last. The most obvious impact of Cherry's death is its impact on the life of Tweener. We have already established that the death of Cherry has lasting effects on Michael's conscience. I also mentioned that Michael could have allowed for Mcgrady to escape because he could be abused by Teabag. When Cherry died, Michael argued with Teabag about his replacement and Michael made his point clear.
You and I may be stuck together in this little dance, but I call the shots. First shot, that kid out there. You don't touch him, ever. Do we understand each other?
Tweener had clear parallels to Cherry, some of them being age, body build, and the fact that they both shared their cell with Teabag. Michael also let Tweener be on the team for the Fox River escape even though he brought nothing to the table. Well, he brought his ability to steal things, but that was only used before he became Bellick's informer. Michael lets Tweener stay on the team, even after Tweener grasped on them and did not reveal this to anyone. This is most likely because he felt pity for him, as Tweener was forced to share a cell with Avocado, a gay inmate who would constantly rape Tweener, and as a result, Tweener cut off his genitals. Avocado ended up in the infirmary obviously, but it was obvious that he would exact his revenge on Tweener and most likely kill him. Michael was partially responsible for this, as Tweener ended up in a cell with Avocado because the information that Tweener gave to Bellick was useless, as the group escaping managed to cover up their tracks before Bellick could catch them. Because of the guilt that Michael felt about Cherry's death, Tweener could escape Fox River and not be killed by Avocado. When Tweener escaped prison, he was forced by Michael to leave the group as he had revealed their plan to Bellick, which meant that he betrayed them. Regardless of this, Tweener ended up with the remainder of the living Fox River members in Utah. Because of several events that I am way too lazy to explain, Tweener was recognized and his whereabouts were tipped off. As a result, he was caught by Mahone, and we all know what happened next.
What are you doing, man?
What they do.
Michael had done what he could to ensure that Tweener would not die, but in the end, it made no difference. Tweener was fated to die the moment that he snitched on Michael. Because Tweener was caught in Utah, this allowed for Mahone to realize where the Fox River 8 were, and they were nearly caught because of it. Also, the death of Tweener had other effects, such as the audience realizing that there is something up with Mahone and also an investigation being opened into the actions of Mahone, but I'm way too lazy to talk about them and their significance in detail. To summarize, Cherry's life had little impact on the plot in Prison Break, but his death did, as it greatly affected Michael's conscience. Because of the guilt that Michael felt, Michael undertook actions that he maybe would not do if he did not feel this way. For example, he let Mcgrady escape Sona with him, and if he did not do so, then the whole group would have been caught by the authorities, as Mcgrady's father would not have helped them otherwise. It also impacted the life of Tweener, as he was supposed to become Teabag's replacement, but Michael's interference made sure that this did not happen. This ripple of events caused Tweener to join the escape group, to his death, and also into Mahone being able to track down the location of the Fox River 8. Thank you all for watching this. I greatly appreciate this. Feel free to write down anything in the comments, such as suggestions for future videos, improvements, or how much you love Wentworth Miller. I appreciate every single comment, and I am really thankful that you took the time to write something for me to see. In case you have not noticed, right now I'm playing clips that I did not use as they did not serve a purpose, but I still wanted everyone to see. Hope you guys enjoyed this and stay safe.